Hi, I'm Kirk O'Brien. I'm the cartooning and animation teacher at Richmond, Virginia's Visual Arts Center. Today, this is the second of a series of videos on how to draw the hand. And here's a hand. In fact, it's my hand. It's perfectly representative. I'm going to flip it over and look at the palm side. Now, when drawing the hand, you really want to split it up into three parts. First is the palm. Second is the thumb. And you don't want to treat the thumb as a finger, okay? Notice the fingers move separately. So the third part you want to think about are the fingers. Help us out here a little. I'm going to take a black marker and I'm going to draw right on top of my hand. Here's the palm. And the first things you'll notice about it is it's basically a rectangular or square kind of shape. I'm going to locate the wrist, because this is really helpful and it helps point out some of the differences between the thumb and the fingers. Now, notice, I'm going to sketch the thumb in. Notice it comes from one of the corners down by the wrist, one of the corners of that box, where the fingers all come out of the side of the box opposite the wrist. With this little bit of knowledge, you can start to differentiate the thumb and the fingers. And this is really important in learning how to draw the hand. So I'm going to use this three-part split with, again, the palm, the thumb, and the fingers to draw the hand. Now, I'm going to start the drawing, and like I do with a lot of these drawings, I will start by just sketching out a simplified shape. What I'm doing here is simplifying, and you'll notice I'm simplifying out a rectangle, which is my palm. Figure out where the wrist is. This is fairly key. And I'll even draw a little bit of the arm. We're working in a rather cartoony fashion here. But I will locate the thumb coming out of one of those corners. Notice the thumb is about as high, maybe a little higher than the palm. This is very interesting. Some people find this fascinating. Your middle finger is about the same length as your palm. So you can use that information with drawing. I'm going to sketch out the fingers just as lines at this point. And I'm only going to do three fingers. I'm doing a cartoony hand. I'm not really getting worried about any sort of realism here. I'm basing it on realism, but I'm kind of cartooning. Now I'll come in and I'll sketch out the thumb. Put a little bit of that heel right there in the middle of the palm. And I'll just sketch the thumb out. There's a little thumb. Next up, after I finish the thumb, which is basically a U shape, I'm also going to do the fingers, which are also basically a U shape. And when I draw them, one of the important things to remember, if your hands are sort of in a wave, your fingers are spread and open, there's actually a little space between your fingers at the base. You want to be careful to get this. They don't come together in a V. Hold your hand up, spread your fingers, and you'll see this. There's these little spaces in between. So now you can see I've got a basic cartoony hand. I can add some detail. If I measure the pads of the finger, on the palm side, they're all the same. They're roughly the same size. So I can just pad out the three parts right there. Bam, bam, bam. And I have a very basic cartoony hand. Simplified. I'm going to go over it in ink. As usual, when I go over something in ink, take a minute, watch what I ink in and keep and what I leave and don't ink in. And one of the things I'm going to leave behind are the little lines that I started the fingers with, this very simplified lines. Because I've built over them, I've basically fleshed the hand out. Ink's also good because it really helps you see things. It shows things well, so it's kind of neat to ink things, I think. But there you have it. There's a pretty basic hand, pretty basic waving hand built on those three parts. My name is Kirk O'Brien. I'm the cartooning and animation teacher here at the Visual Arts Center in Richmond, Virginia. Come by and take a class with us sometime. We have plenty of very good offerings. Thank you very much, and I'll be back with more.